1, go.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Harambedome. I'm one of your hosts, living in Babylon. I have another host with me, John Hayward, biting kneecaps. And we have a guest. Guest, please introduce yourself.
Oh, okay, sorry. Just finished my set of Kegels. Ready for the show. Okay, yeah, this is your boy, Thomas the Spank Engine, Teddy Boy.
Well, welcome in, Teddy boy.
A little too much energy.
Co-host, would you like to take it away from here?
Thank you. We here at the new Harambedome pod want to bring our listeners a level of energy that they won't get on any other pod that they listen to. So we decided that both hosts are going to spread the energy. We're hoping that the guests go along with it. And so we can bring you a very leveled, calm Harambedome podcast.
Dude, I'm just trying to do high knees and fucking calisthenics on a plane. Is that too much to ask? That's the level of energy I bring to shit.
This is
That's the type of shit
Harambedome.
I do.
This is Harambedome, now presented by PBS.
Huh?
Oh?
So now we get into it. I know this has been long awaited because we had another cat chewing a charger incident where this is now the fourth
Sounds like
charger
a cat that needs to be beat.
chewed by the same cat for a fat, month now. This cat's been running through chargers. So I got another one through Amazon.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. How's that go?
I think it's something like if your cat chews your charger once, get something that conducts a lot of electricity and make it chew it again.
Confucius say, if cat chews charger once, charge cat next.
Yeah. Well, we're here. That's what matters now. Will be released tonight, so you listeners who are going to be so eager to listen right before the game, double up on your football content on a Thursday. It'll be there. So let's get rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
So any opening comments before we get into our winners and losers of the weeks?
Opening comments? Well, I mean,
I don't
we're
know.
trying.
Bro,
I'm
what
just-
are you talking
just
about,
bring
bro?
something new. Anything that's on your mind?
Yeah.
No.
Why do you have a need to travel to the FedEx store when you could just get shit delivered to your house from FedEx?
Okay, all right. I can't answer the question, but if you want it to be rhetorical, I'll just say nothing.
You can't answer. Well, why? It's top secret. Why you were at FedEx?
No, I was saying I can't answer it, but if you want it to be rhetorical, I won't.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I want an actual answer as to why this was delayed
Jordan,
Oh,
I
that's
think
for
I
fine.
your
know.
little FedEx
No,
trip.
hey, I got you. All right, so needed a signature, wasn't home, didn't want to wait till tomorrow to try again, went to pick it up.
Wait, Jordan, I know what happened, bro. Jordan, it took him so long because he needed to give his signature at FedEx Field, where the Commanders play, because he and Dan Snyder are caught up in all this stuff together.
Oh my
Sean-
goodness!
God.
Dude, Sean is so deep in that Dan Snyder muck, harassing all the cheerleaders and stuff, dude. I knew it.
And you are
I was
a muck-
worried.
And you, my friend, are a muckraker.
You know those FedEx, those UPS stores? They remind me a lot of a like a little Spectrum spot. So I was afraid that he was going to get mauled by some mentally ill dog that was sitting there with its tongue hanging out of his
Little
mouth.
Chihuahua. No.
Would that be worse than getting AIDS from an AIDS cat?
No, because you're not getting AIDS.
Okay, so
You're just
that
having a
means
little
that I can handle it. So.
retard dog slobber on you a little bit.
No, I'm just kidding. All right, all right, opening comments aside, let's move into this. All right, guest, as tradition, who is your winner of the week from this last week?
Tradishy. All right, my winner of the week. I did a lot of prep work, so I could just glance at my notes. I'm going to go with my winner of the week is. There's actually a lot of people who got a lot of good storylines to pick from, but I'm going to go with Bums Are Us as my winner of the week.
Ooh.
Okay.
He, and I'm looking at the records too for a lot of this, because I believe we are exactly halfway through our regular season, if not like one game off.
No, we're halfway. We're halfway.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So things are really shaping up. So they came into it. JB was 3-3, and so was Shrimp Cheeks. So this is a big swing game because there's always a huge little grouping in the middle. Yeah, I mean half the league is 3-4, 4-3. It seems like so. Every win and loss in that group is going to be big. And Shrimp's team took off. JB had honestly, I mean, not a very high score at all, but Shrimp took off. Second highest score this week, mainly on the backs of two players, which,
Yeah.
that's what it takes a lot of times. Joe Burrow, I mean, and his team is looking pretty dangerous because these two guys started off the year real slow. Well, Joe Burrow didn't really start slow, but he's just been taken off even higher. Eckler, on the other hand, did start pretty mediocre for the first 3 weeks or so, and then ever since 33, 36, 20, 31. So he's going off, and then Joe Burrow, obviously, the last couple weeks, 44 points, 54. So majority of his points right there, because the rest of his team, his kicker was the only other one with above 10 points. But even then, he scored 137. Like, I would kill for 137. And he only had two guys in his kicker with above 10. And he has Elijah Mitchell on the IR, but Chubb Hub got 15 on his bench. I don't know how good he'll be for the rest of the time, but and he's got Dobbins also on IR. So yeah, I'm gonna give it to the boy Shrimp. He's off to my icy hot prediction where Shrimp was gonna meet up with Sean in the playoffs and knock him out in the first round. Starting to look juicy.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll add on to that. Joe Burrow is obviously not always going to score 54 points, but Mark Andrews is also hardly ever going to score half a point again. And I think Austin Eckler's performance is pretty much what you can expect from him now. High 20s,
Yeah, and
30s.
CD finally has Dak back.
Yep.
And he's doing pretty good without him, even so.
And yeah, you pointed out the fat tube that Bums has sitting on his bench.
Straight Chubb hubbing.
He's straight Chubb hubbing.
Yeah, Mark Andrews at 0.5 points.
Yeah.
But yeah, Eckler's the number one guy in fantasy right now. I could be making this up, but I think he might be on pace for. Nah, that can't be right. I thought I read something like he was on pace for most single season receptions for running back, but that doesn't seem right. I don't know. Maybe I did read that, but
It could be. I don't know.
I think so. I
stat
think
for
he is
that.
actually.
it is like I said. I don't know if they're counting the extra game, but either way, those catches are valuable. So
It'd be Eckler's the number one running back in fantasy right now. He overtook Chubb.
yep. At the beginning of the year, it was the beginning of the year, and that's well, he's got the bye week this week, so it'll be tricky. But it seemed like at the beginning of the year they were trading off with Sony Michel a lot, and even Josh Kelly was getting a lot of touches. But ever since like week 4 and on, it's been like the Eckler show for sure. So good for Tuck. It's looking pretty good. Although hopefully Jamal Williams falls off because Swift is back. Fingers crossed, but.
Yeah.
A good win. A good win for T Nug.
No, most definitely. I agree. And I think if I'm gonna crown a winner of the week, I would say, I say we look over to a game where someone just earned their first win in a couple of weeks, right? Where the Spank Engine pulled out a close dub against Follow Spike.
Oh,
All right.
yes, dude.
So we take a look at this game.
A hideous dub, but a dub nonetheless.
A dub nonetheless. A dub's a dub. Look, so
I would have beaten like 3 people in the league.
yeah, no,
You
would have
would've.
beaten with 95.
It was a
you
low
would've
scoring
beaten-
week for a lot of people.
You would have beaten Lamar Stan, and you would have beaten the faux king, who blemished my fucking record, beats me, and then the next week goes on to put up 83. So
I just want that
Fuck him.
Faux King award to see.
yeah, I can't believe I lost it. I need it back. Fucking pronto. I'm itching for it now. I was so used to it. Well, let's see though. So for this game, you have the 20 from Aaron, which is basically what you can come to expect, right? At this point, you can expect 20 points from Aaron Rodgers. He doesn't often truly have like a down week. I mean, he had 4 in the first week, but ever since, I think you can pretty much count on him for 20. All right, so at least there's the stability there. Antonio Gibson in a backfield with, and this is maybe to the dislike of the other host here, but what is it, Brian Robinson, right? Antonio Gibson put up almost 20. You had Algier put up 12, which I believe was by far his best game, right? Unless I'm wrong here. No,
He had low projections. He
barely,
basically
not by far.
he got a touchdown, which helped it all. I was praising
he got a
Harambe.
touchdown. Terry McLaurin, Scary Terry. Hey, Scary Terry in that lineup with Heineke throwing to him. He's better. He's better than when he was with Carson Wentz. I mean, I guess I have to look back at
100%.
the first couple weeks, but he did something for the first time in a while. I mean, he's done all right, but definitely his highest scoring week. So you had McLaurin on the highest scoring week, Algier on the highest scoring week, Gibson on his highest scoring week. Waddle got to double digits, and then from there that was enough to get you the dub over Follow Spike, who now, we were talking about records, and at points of the season you mentioned we're halfway there, so it's like, what's your record going to look like going in to the second half of the season? And 1-6, that is tough. So now you're both sitting at 2-5. Brennan was trying to climb his way back to 500, and you set that back for sure, and so that's what we're looking at. So good dub, needed dub.
Yeah, well, while we're on my squad, since it's been a few weeks as I'm on here, I'll discuss my state of the team as far as I've been looking at it, because it has been rough. A lot of people have been facing injuries throughout the league. And both of my running backs I drafted, Swift and what's his name, Murray from the Broncos, got the ACL.
Yep.
Well, I've been dead in the water a little bit, but yeah, these dudes. Gibson came up, which I'm happy about. And I had Cooper Kupp on the bye. So
and
that was
and Bill's defense on a bye, and your starting tight end on a bye. So
as far, and my team, it seems like I've been trying to play defense a little bit to like not lose the league. That's kind of been my mindset, because I'm like, holy cow, like I'm losing all these games, can barely scratch a hundo. And I'm trying to cook up trades, but then sometimes I look at my team and I'm like, sometimes it doesn't look as, it's just the running backs are brutal, but if Swift's in there, like, I think there's one other team I think has a pretty damn good one. But my 2 wide receivers, like Kupp and Waddle, they're both top 10 in the league right now.
Yep.
And Waddle finally has Tua back, thank God. Yep. It's really what's been killing me is, so it's like I'm trying to think of trades, and me and Drizzy had a little back and forth. We have a little back and forth from time to time. You know how it goes.
As it goes.
But it's really the QB situation is killer right now. Aaron has been like a total disappointment.
Dude, you should have started Goff. Goff's the fucking future of fantasy.
What did he get?
Aaron is a disappointment.
Yeah, 3 points.
Disappointment with his family.
Well, I am starting Goff this week, I think, because he's playing. They're playing Miami. I think it should hopefully a shootout. I don't know.
Should definitely start.
Well, Aaron's playing Buffalo, right?
Yeah, Aaron is playing Buffalo, so that's a tough one. It actually really is.
Yeah,
that's tough.
But week 9's almost a lock for Aaron.
So I felt.
I get you. Yeah, fuck off.
So I felt really good. I did this win. This win did have me pretty happy. I can't lie. Thank God, because I was about to be. It was about to be a devastating L if I took this L.
Yeah, 1-6 is tough, and I mean, I even like it more because it was part of my icy hot take last week. So
I know when I heard you say that icy hot, I was surprised you took that chance. But if I recall, it was like a 3 or 4 game win streak. So I'll try and keep it alive.
yeah, dude, that's all you got to do. Listen, I called Tuck to go on a little winning streak, and now he's ahead of me in the division. So I don't know how I feel about that, but it is what it is. But if I had to crown a winner of the week, I'm going to go with another little bit of a toilet bowl and call out Broncos country riding to a victory. Because this man is quietly under the radar. He's second in the East, and he's 5-2. And it's even better that he beat the King, because fuck the King. And now we got a new Wardussy connoisseur who's just slurping on that Wardussy.
Oh, and
No,
mixed with anime
No.
thighs, yeah, he's slurping.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Now, it does hurt that Jamar Chase is going to be out, 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah,
4 to 6. He'll get Diggs back. I don't know what's been going on with Waller. I don't think he's been playing too well. But,
hurt, I think.
yeah, dude, I mean, he'll get Cordero back soon. Jeff Wilson, that he's going to take a little bit of a hit with CMC there.
A little bit.
I think.
I think he's going to take. I think give it 2 weeks, and I don't think Wilson's worth anything unless CMC gets hurt. I think he's a bench stash.
No, I think San Fran will still do kind of like a committee type deal, and Jeff Wilson's got some pop away speed.
So
I don't
maybe
think he'll
flex at
be.
best.
Yeah, he'll probably be flex worthy. But
Don't sleep on the Young Ho. That's all I'm going to say.
The Young
No,
Ho's been
can't.
sleeping. Look at
Can't
his,
sleep
look
on
at
the
his
Young Ho.
points. Let's go into this. I have it up right here. Young Ho.
you say look at his eyes.
His points.
He's sleeping. Look at his eyes.
Oh, here we
The
go.
only point I
All
see
right.
is rank 8. That's a K1.
It's okay. This is recorded. We know what I said. So 18, 3, 12, 12, 0, 4, 6. So it's been a few weeks since he's produced double digits for Matt here. The Young Ho, maybe is the Young Ho on the trade block? Could someone?
I mean, the Young Ho is still top 10.
Is the Young Ho aging out?
Once they drop out of the top 10, then that's when you got to look like, all right, who is in the top 10 that I don't have on my team?
Right.
Because
Technically, everybody in the league should have a top 10 kicker, unless people are stashing kickers.
So is the Young Ho Koo still?
I'd still consider him pretty cool. Look at his hair.
The Young Ho has not turned into a old virgin lame yet. So, yeah, I don't know.
He's still young.
Yeah.
He's definitely still a hoe. So he's got to be cool.
Yeah, hopefully that just reflects in fantasy going forward. Because it's concerning. 3 busts. Young Ho Koo busted 3 times, according to this.
The Young Ho is busting
What do you
all over the
expect?
league.
3 busts is concerning. So
When you're a young hoe, there's going to be a couple busts.
that's fair.
Listen, you just got to take it on the chin and get to the next week.
He's
He's booming. He's booming 3 of the 7 weeks too.
That's true. But he's 26% chance to 13 to bust this week. So, I guess we'll see.
Can we get a quick moment of silence for the man that brought us about to bust? All right, thank you.
Lord, forgive me, I'm about to buzz.
It was
All right,
sad
dude.
hearing about that, but one less queer in the world, am I right? Guys?
Anyway,
Guys?
so let's go ahead and move on to the loser of the week. Guest?
My loser of the week is anybody that's a fan of the Danger Russ Subway sandwich. No, not really.
Have you had it? You gotta be careful.
Didn't it get taken
What?
off?
Spicy.
Is
Spicy.
it actually true that it got taken off the menu, or is it still there?
You can
Mr.
get it's like the secret menu now.
Mr. Unlim. I'm sure if you went up to a Subway employee and said, "I want the dangerous," they would have no clue what you're talking about.
From what I heard, it's not on the board, but you can still order it.
It's like the McGangbang.
Like they're not sitting there like put it on the board, but you can still get it. Yes, it's
Okay.
a lot like the McGangbang.
You ever had that?
Oh yeah,
I never had.
give it a
I
little
guess it's
try
close
next
to
time.
I guess it's close to the Land, Air, and Sea Burger, right?
Maybe I haven't. The
You know,
McGangbang is a McChicken and a McDouble stacked, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
No, but like
McWing
on the
McChicken.
actual menu, like last year, they made the Land, Air, and Sea Burger, which is like a beef patty, a filet of fish, and the chicken all in one like giant Big Mac type burger or something.
Ooh,
Oh my
you try
gosh, that would be.
No, I didn't try it.
You should have. That probably would have been gas.
Yeah.
I used to get
Would've
some good
caused gas.
concoctions when my brother was on the grill. I'd get some good custom shit whipped up.
Dude, I used to be. Times I would go to McDonald's when I was little. I was just a mixologist with the suicides I would create from all the different sodas.
Me too, and I would just go to all of them. I don't understand it because I actually thought it tasted pretty good,
Oh, I loved it.
and I would hit every single one and
Oh,
make
it was
like the most
great.
putrid.
It was just straight sugar.
It looked
got
it looked the
removed.
color of
Best
like
part.
that old skank from middle school who dyed her hair like 20 times and it just turned like a brownish gray color. You know them from your school, Sean. Do you have a few names?
Sea bass.
Listen, you didn't go to school with Seabass.
I
Let's get that through your head.
Sea bass.
That was
my
me.
buddy.
Any girls at your school with half a shirt or is that impossible? Full shirt?
Yeah, I believe the term for half a shirt is cropped shirt. So they just say cropped instead of half shirt.
Crop top.
Yeah.
If you see a girl in the crop top, you're not saying, "Hey, why you have half a shirt on? You're
You're only wearing 50% of a shirt. You're only 50% shirtless.
That's
transfer to my
that's
class, please.
Literally true, but yeah, you don't say it.
Extra credit."
Just like other things, that are true, but you just don't say it.
You see them and you're like, hey, raindrop, crop top.
Oh Lord! All right, my loser of the week. Let's see. I'm gonna go with. Sadly, I'm gonna go with our co-host
No.
living in Baby Ion.
Damn.
Oh.
Took mine.
My God, it's a tragic one. I mean, he had. Well, I guess he didn't have the highest score. You would have beaten a lot of us because, yeah, like we were saying, a low-scoring week. But I mean, I guess this was just bye-week hell for you. So it would have been nice if the matchup, because there was a lot of matchups you could have caught the dub with and squeaked by all these bye weeks, but you did still have your top RBs in, and I mean, they all did good. And and shit, Aaron Jones was on the bench at the highest amount, but still, they all put up 15 plus, including your flex running back, so can't complain. Romeo Dobbs, dude, screw that man.
Dropping balls left and right.
I was watching that game. He was like
to him.
reaching for the first down, dropping the ball, like all this. Like I was like, he was killing me because I was watching for Aaron.
And it's not like they're bad throws. He's just dropping them.
Probably debatable.
And looking to the other
watch
side,
the game, so.
And looking to the other side, because none of us named Vava a winner, right?
No.
So looking to the other side, I mean, he could have easily been a winner. Because although his QB isn't even a starter anymore, so it was pretty weak. Vava playing him turned the Colts off big time. But I mean, he had Kenneth Walker, which I guess he should thank Sean for trying to finesse him. Because Sean fleece trades always turn into injuries, right? So
Yes.
Sure.
So Kenneth Walker's balling, and I mean he's
confirmed.
better. He's even like I feel like the Kenneth Walker situation is better than having Rashard Penny.
Yeah.
Because it's just him now, and he's skilled as hell and was just waiting in the wings. Then Josh Jacobs went crazy. He's got to be, number 4 running back right now.
Yep, number 4.
And then, I mean, Jonathan Taylor still hasn't really blown up yet at all. But who knows? Maybe with Ellinger, the offense is going to be a little different. I can't imagine it can be worse than it is right now. And then look, T. Higgins is the number 1 wide receiver in Cincy for the next 4 weeks or so.
True.
So, and then Njoku has been great, and they still don't have their quarterback that's going to be in at the end of the year.
He did get hurt, though.
What'd you say?
Njoku did get hurt, though.
Yeah, he's out.
Oh, really?
Like 2 to 5 weeks or something.
Oh, never mind then. Oh, yeah, I do see that now.
But he's got Dalton Schultz waiting.
Yeah, who had a great game, a solid game too.
You look at his bench. He had Tyler Boyd sitting down there, who scored almost 30 points. Benjamin with 23. So like, I could sit here and be like, oh, I could have started this guy, even though nothing that I started would have beat his score. But
and again, Boyd is only going to get helped by. He's going to like fill into the T. Higgins role, you would think.
Right.
Yep.
And then Eno went nuts. That. Hopefully, this just makes it really hard for Fava to set his lineups, and he makes a lot of mistakes in the future. But as far as the standings go, Drizzy was one of those teams at 3-3, so he's down to 3-4. So back into that 500 mix, it's going to go down to the last game of the season, I'm sure, with a bunch of people in that group. And then Vava's up to 5-2, so there is only a couple teams, only 3 teams, 5-2 and above. Yeah, somehow Broncos Country Let's Ride is up there. Good for him. He's put least points in the league and has an 82 playoff percentage. So good on him.
Sickening.
So it's just Jay Jonah, Vava. Those are the same person. That wasn't a comma. And then Broncos Country 5-2, and then Biting Neek Kizzle at 6-1, and then everybody else is. Well, there's only one 4-3 team. It's Bums R Us, and then everybody else is sub 500. That's a lot of people sub 500.
Yeah, that is.
Six.
It just shows
the league.
The gauntlet that has been this season. People dropping, people losing. It's been tough.
There's a lot of season left because there usually isn't like 3 teams, like 3 games above 500 that often. So, because I'm looking at the total rankings 1 through 10 of the league. From team 5 below, I was the only one with a win, so it was like the top 4 teams. Well, I guess that makes sense because the 500 team would move higher up, but whatever. So that's my loser of the week is sadly Jay Drizzy for falling back into the muck of the league. You're ranked 5 though, so you're still on barely a playoff team. So
you're still projected. Yeah, Watson still projects you to finish 3rd, despite your current L and the sub 500 record.
Yeah, you still got a 73 playoff percentage, but sub 500, that's still tricky business.
It hurts, definitely hurts, and I think that's like a 2-game L streak, something like that. So definitely don't like that.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
If I had to select a loser of week 7 in the Harambe for President Fantasy Football League, I'm going to go ahead and say it's Descending Losh. Nice. Because 1, he's a bitch. And 2, this man went on his little run. He was like, oh, I'm ascending. I'm the fucking man. He beat me, yes. But then he just gets shit on, and it's good to see. And that's about all I got. I'm just glad that his little streak came to an end. Do I love that it's against the Cuck Mish? No. But at least we just get to quit hearing the chirping for a week.
Yeah. Yeah. Glad to hand him the L and stop the ascension. He would have tried to put the league on notice if he had made me 5-2 back in line with Va and with Matt, and obviously went up to 3-5 would have been a big jump. So now he's back down with the 2-5s, and he also lost Brees Hall in the process, which is probably well. Actually, I won by 25, so I don't think it's the only reason I won, but it would have been a lot closer, because Brees Hall is done for the season. So now, and I think, you know what, I'll say this, and my Geno Smith take was grossly wrong, a month ago? But maybe I'll make a grossly wrong one right now, too. I don't think Geno's going to be, like, hot garbage, but I think that Geno Smith, I mean, he's ranked 6 still. He hasn't had a bye week yet. I mean, it'll even out when everyone does anyway, so it doesn't matter. But, like, he had the ascension came from the 2 weeks that Losh. Oh, I think actually Losh lost one of the weeks that Geno popped off. But Geno has had 39 and 35. And then 26 the week before, which is solid. And now it's 14 and 18. And it's, the Giants, and then 2 away games, albeit not great passing defenses. And then down the line, the matchups are so a mix. But I think that Geno just ends up averaging out here. I think he maybe have another big game in him or two, but I think he just ends up being what we all roasted Losh for picking him up for money for originally. Somewhere in like the low 20s, high teens every week. Especially
Dude, I swear.
DK's not hurt. I think DK avoided injury, but either way.
Dude, I cannot. There's something about fantasy math that the scores, when you look at just the grouping of players, sometimes this shit, I do not understand how somebody gets the amount of points. Because if I look at Losh's team this past game, only 3 players got under double digits. Only 3 of them. And then you look at Tuck's team, and only 3 of them did get over double digits. But Tuck scored 137 and Losh got 111. Like, like the eye test, like Losh's team, everybody was like 12, 18, 19, like, you know what I mean? And he still took that L. And by like handily, like Bums R Us only got 3 players that did that, and he scored higher than Sean.
With Tuck, it's just like one of those cases where it's like, oh, that 54 points, that's a huge...
Yeah, that stuff is crazy.
Huge difference from like Losh's highest score of 19.
Yeah.
You could take like 3 of Losh's players to make up the points that Burrow alone scored.
Yeah, you're right. But it's like when you just glance at it, it's like,
oh no, I agree.
It's like because then Patty, I mean 37 was a huge chunk of Sean's clearly, and then it's like CMC with 8, like they're clearly started him off slow in that. So he only had a few days in the system.
I was surprised he got as much work as he did.
Yeah, really. And I mean Christian McCaffrey, it's like I had him last year. Him staying healthy is very frustrating because like the last 3 years he's like screwed every owner. But get on Losh for trusting him, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully not hopefully. I think the 49ers will be doing like a running back by committee. But thinking about it, Jeff Wilson ain't even the dude there. Once Elijah Mitchell gets back, circling back to Broncos country, Jeff Wilson will be irrelevant, I think, once Elijah Mitchell gets back as well.
I can't imagine that they wouldn't lean on McCaffrey, though. He's just so skilled.
No, I agree. Yeah, he's
they will.
Yeah, I mean, he's a pass catcher. I don't know if Jeff Wilson was catching passes, but Christian McCaffrey is the do-it-all. I mean, if anything, the 49ers are the ones who run their starter into the fucking dirt, which I'm not sure about this combo, but the 49ers are historic.
Do they?
Yeah, they do. The 49ers, they run.
I feel like I've had 49ers running backs in the past, and it's always been one of them that popped, one of like the 3. Like when they had Raheem, Jeff Wilson, and Elijah Mitchell all running, it was like Oh, this was the week that Raheem Mostert got his long touchdown.
And
And
Eric,
this was the week that
yeah,
I
there's
watched.
always like a group. They had Hyde at one point for a while, was like one of like two or three. They've always had like a hand, but I mean, there's certain players they have like obviously like um,
no
Debo. They use like crazy, but
McCaffrey, no doubt, will get the majority of the work. But I don't
Yeah.
think it. I don't think that means that the other running backs are just dead.
plus who knows? Like
I don't know about that.
Shanahan's always cooking up weird stuff with this offense. Like who knows if you see McCaffrey out wide a lot or something too? You know, I don't know.
Of course they
Yeah.
use it. Yeah. I thought that maybe I'm wrong because I didn't. To be fair, I didn't own any Niners running backs consistently, but I always thought it was the one that's popping off is only popping off because the one on higher up is hurt. I thought there was always a running joke about 49ers running backs getting hurt consistently, and then pair that with the fact that McCaffrey has up to this point been pretty glass. Um, who knows how quick he gets hurt in San Fran. But
I don't think you're wrong, but I think it's more of like it was a split backfield, and then one person got hurt, so then that person does shoulder more of the load, and then gets more points.
okay.
But yeah, I mean, there usually is somebody getting a little bit more, but I feel like they do kind of, at least the last few years, they are splitting it a bit, because of all those guys, like Drizzy was saying. And then, what's his name is getting healthy again, so Elijah Mitchell, and then, so I guess that's one of those there's a few offenses where it's like, you get somebody in there and it's, you never, like the Rams running backs, I feel like it's always a crapshoot. New England, although now Ramondre is kind of that dude, but yeah.
All right, so my L of the week is actually going to go to the faux king of the West, for a couple different reasons. First reason is because fuck him for blemishing my record and then going on to put up 83 the next week and losing his own war dust. Okay, couldn't even keep his own war dust for a week. But it really pisses me off that he popped the fuck off. And I went back and looked at all his scores because I was so mad. And he had his highest score of the season, I think. Might have had it in an earlier week, but I'm pretty sure it was his highest score of the season against me. And then fucking goes back to what he had been doing, which was not scoring too great overall. And then it's just one of those weeks. And then fucking two, he only lost. Now, granted, obviously he has said that, well, actually, no, there's nothing really that could have been changed on Matt's end. So, yeah, I know for a fact, because I was, with trade season going around, everyone's floating things. People are floating trades back and forth. You're looking at other people's rosters. I know that he tinkered. I don't know if it was game day or the day before, but he tinkered Juju out of his lineup and put Keenan Allen in pretty last minute. Maybe he'll refute me on it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he tinkered Juju out.
I think it's because it's like a solidarity with Kanye thing, so he took a Juju out of his lineup.
If that's the reason, then hey, that he whatever to cost himself the dub, but fuck him for that. But
I would love to discuss that too, but this is a fantasy show.
Yeah. Well, Juju anyway. I don't know, but if that's eating at him that he.
I mean, like,
about, but
Kanye 2024 is my fantasy, so technically it would work, right? Like, would fit in the confines of this show's theme. I don't know.
I think it would.
All right, let's get going then. Let's do it.
No, but you're right.
Hey, welcome to Harambedome, episode 1.
He starts Devin Duvernay over Juju. It's almost like he was trying to fit in your mouth. You just absolutely shove it in your face.
To be fair, he started Duvernay last week or that week before this week against me. So I know he had Duvernay kind of locked in, but yeah, to not put in, once he knew Keenan Allen was healthy, to not slide Keenan Allen into wide receiver 2 and then keep Juju in the lineup on flex. Massive botch on the faux King's end, and rightfully sending him into a losing record at 3-4. And yeah, fuck the faux king.
So
Hey.
faux.
I mean, I can't argue, can't dispute. I would agree. Fuck the faux king.
All right.
It-
So on that note, let's move into our matchup of the week. Guest. Start week 8.
Oh, me? Oh my god, I feel like such a part of the group. I almost felt like a co-host for a second. Oh my god. Okay. After I watched this ad-free word from our sponsor, T-Mobile. Okay, so we got yeah, I got 5 seconds left. Okay, we got some good matchups afoot. 3, a 2, a 1. Okay, are we riding? Are we this? Are we that? Get off my screen. Okay, so my matchup of the week is going to be. Oh snap! We got some good ones. Okay, I'm gonna go with just right off the top. I'm gonna go Living in Babylon versus number 1 Lamar Stan. Um, for a second, I thought it was Tucker's team because every time I see this dang little Bruden, it looks like Tuck and the little.
It looks like Tuck.
Every time. I swear to God, they need to pop. What's his name? That damn Bucks tight end in there. All right, yeah. So this, to me, this matchup, yeah, because we're looking at these 3 and 4s, and these are this might be the only game of the week. I believe it is. Yeah, I'm looking now. It is the only game between 2, 3, and 4 teams. So this is going to put one person back on track, and one person is going to be 3 and 5, which is a bigger pit. But it's going to be weird. There's going to be a lot of sub 500 teams this season, so I don't know how it's going to be. But I feel like there might be a sub 500 team in the playoffs at this rate. But it looks like a strong matchup. It's got Jordan favored, but there's not really anybody. There's not really anybody of note on a bye, so it's really going to be a good little juggernaut matchup. The only Mike Williams is on a bye, but he just got injured. So everybody's at full strength. It's going to be guns blazing. Who's going to take home the crown? Who's going to get back into the playoff race? So that's my matchup of the week.
Yeah, and I'm just happy that I got some or some rooting interest tonight with Lamar playing and Mike Evans. That always makes the Thursday night games a little bit more enjoyable. So since how many weeks have we had with Thursday night? Just last week was good, but prior to that, just no scoring, boring ass Thursday games.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
Well, you got to do the rooting against game, which is like betting the under, which is could be agonizing, but at least there's something to watch. It's interesting.
Just looking for that Bucks defense to quick first quarter, roughing the passer to Lamar, and just get his fingers cramping up, something like that.
I can't lie, I do. If I'm Bizzle, we mocked him in weeks past, but having Avatar Hill as the tight end is pretty fun because this dude could do. I mean, I feel like they throw him in at the goal line constantly, and he's just doing anything. He is. I look now. He's the number 3 tight end, but it's because he put up 45 week 5. Pretty much. That's. But
a little skewed.
Yeah, I mean, he's an exciting dude to have on the squad because.
I mean, hey, for a tight end though, a 45 week, 2 15-point weeks. No, I'm sorry, 1 15-point week, a 10 week, an 8 week. I'm not complaining if that's my.
For a tight end.
Definitely not.
And you think about how good of a Christian he is when you look and see that he's only busted 1 of the 6 times.
That's a good point.
And dude, I hope that was a Thursday game and he didn't bust on the Sabbath, but I can't confirm nor deny. How are you feeling about it, Drizzy?
I like it. I like Derrick Henry's matchup. I like Saquon's matchup. Don't know how to feel about my wide receivers or my tight end, but I don't know. I'm just glad to have Jalen Hurts back. Glad to have Gabe back. We'll see. We'll see. I'm pretty
Knox
confident.
has been, I feel like, kind of underperforming, but last game, that touchdown he caught in the back of the end zone was pretty nice.
Yeah, it was.
So that could be a sign of things to come.
I'm hoping. He's been going through some stuff with his little brother dying and whatnot, and injuries. So hopefully he's on the up and up.
True. Do you think? Is this your final lineup? Are we getting confirmation, or could there be a stinker tinker in your future?
Well, if a trade happens, the lineup might change.
Any time I make a little stinker, there's some tinkering going on.
Do you ever play with tinker toys while you're stinkering?
No, I don't, but I do play with my poops once I'm done.
throw them
Using those little like some little battleship type deal. But I do want to make an announcement if you didn't already notice. I don't think it deserves a moment of silence, but more just like some recognition that Donnie is no longer on my team.
Oh no, I didn't notice.
Wow,
I wish him the best in free agency, and hopefully Jason Myers of Seattle fame can do a little bit better for me.
Is there he's
third ranked, so I wonder why you picked him. You got it.
Is there any thought about the fact that your kicker struggles might be coming from the fact that you hate kickers?
No, there's no thought to that, because how do my feelings have an impact on somebody that I've never met before or ever will meet on their performance?
Harambe's will.
Yo, click on Jason Myers. I'm sure he has never touched any part of himself. Well, I'm sure he's touched himself, but what I meant to say is he looks like he's had a ass load of Botox, but I'm sure he never has. You know
his
what I'm
face
saying?
just looks straight.
Oh,
yes,
100%.
I do know exactly what you're saying.
There's no way those eyebrows are moving an inch.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's nuts. Yeah, you. Literally,
I mean,
he does. He looks like some of those ladies you see on like the Real Housewives.
Jason, he's the Real Housewife.
So you're okay with having that on your team?
What's that?
You're okay with having that on your team?
I'm okay with having anyone that scores me points, yes.
I mean, dude, if you're living in the same city as Losh, you gotta look good in case you like run into him on the train or something, you know? It's like you gotta be ready for the meet cute.
That's what I'm saying. Like someone like Losh is showing up 99% of the people out there. So
dude, when you walk up, you see a figure, like beautiful troll form, long man tail. You think it's a fine honey, dude. You tap her on the shoulder. You know you're Jason Myers, and then turn around and it's Losh.
And you get even happy.
Is that why he does the stirrups so you can't mistake it from the back? I don't know.
No girl would ever let their stirrups grow out like that.
Save a horse, ride a Milosh, am I right?
I'll pass.
Dude. Oh my god.
All right. So my matchup of the week that I'm looking forward to, my computer will go the right direction here. So I'm taking a look at. I think I'm pretty interested in Bums Are Us. Little matchup between a bum who is 4-3 versus a spank engine who's trying to continue to chug. He thinks he can go up against Bums Are Us and continue to improve his record. All right, start to catch up, pick up, go to 3-5. All right, little Bums Are Us. That would send Bums Are Us back down to 500. And we have, look at this. Another reason this is matchup of the week. We got two Lions starting. Two Lions starting. We got Goff versus Burrow. And then we have Jamal Williams versus DeAndre Swift. I wonder if that'll change. We got literally two Lions running backs going against each other. The Chubb Hub is up. And then we got Cooper Kupp back in the lineup. I don't know. I like how the matchup is looking. We'll see Alan Lazard. His Lizard King's looking doubtful. So that means he'd have to make a swap there. You know, looking at least what's on his roster now, Curtis Samuel or Chase Edmonds, Dallas Goddard.
Real quick, I'm sorry. Did you call Alan Lazard the Lizard King?
Yeah.
There's only one Lizard King, and he does play for Green Bay, but he's not Alan Lazard.
Which Lizard King is that?
Sammy Watkins.
All right, so the Lazard King.
But
no,
yeah,
I
I'm
like
catching.
I like the matchup, and I was just the stuff I was mentioning that made winner of the week for the Spank Engine is that he was doing all this without Swift, without Cup, without Higbee, without the Bills defense, right? Oh, and look, they're all back. So I think this will be a good, a good healthy matchup. I think that it's a
And Tuck ain't
matchup
got
with
Eckler.
yeah, and no Eckler on Bum's end. So I think it's a matchup with massive, insane
No, Eckler is huge.
implications.
Now, this is a lineup that there is going to. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little tinkering, because Algier is my number 2, and then Gibson did look good, and Terry was good, but I got Michael Thomas maybe coming back too. And I'm always partial to the boy. And he started out the week with 20 points. He started out the year with a 20 and then a 15. So before he got hurt, basically. So I've got some tinkering to look at, and it's like
I was going to say, so what you're telling us is there's some stinkers and some tinkers in your future.
And there's some potential busts.
And I got Waddle versus Detroit. What's going to be painful is I got to watch this damn Miami-Detroit game with binoculars.
No, you'll enjoy yourself. You'll enjoy yourself. I'm telling you.
God.
Football's been great this year.
The good thing about that game, though, is both times, no matter who has the ball, you can look for someone to.
No, exactly, and it's like rooting for the over. You're just rooting for scoring, which is fun.
Yeah.
So that will be good. Except I got to root against Jamal, but that won't be too hard. Jamal's a vulture, though. When Swift was in, it was killing me, but we'll see. And yeah, if I can crawl up to 3-5, there's going to be some 3 and 4s. I mean, like I was saying, the Living in Babylon versus Lamar stand, there's going to be a 3 and 5 at the end of the week.
Yeah.
And if Losh wins, it's a 3 and King of the West versus Follow Spike. That's so
yeah,
I could start crawling up. That would be a big game for me. And then Tuck, if he can move to 5 and 3, that's a big advantage for him too. He's got the edge on the matchup right now. Because even with my ultimate squad, and I've got a nice 98 projection. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah. I mean,
better than the Broncos country.
I'll be keeping an eye on that one. So,
but any given Sunday, boys.
That's very true. Any given Sunday.
Plus Thursday and Monday.
So I'm going to go ahead and name my matchup of the week. Bitting kneecaps versus JJJ. We got a little 6-1er versus Vava, the leader in the East versus the leader in the West.
Vava Pachulia?
And
shout out East.
I don't know. And it's interesting because our little East representative does not have Patty Mahomes. As of right now, he's not starting Zeke. Whereas JJJ has his JJJ squad, Josh, Jonathan, and Josh.
Yep.
And then T. Higgins, like we talked about earlier, is getting that little bit of an upgrade. Kenneth Walker. I mean, for your sake, hopefully he doesn't get a garbage time pitch that turns into a 75-yard touchdown and takes him from fucking under 20 points to 30-something points.
Now you know how it feels.
But
this seems personal.
49ers defense, they're obviously solid. But the Eagles got a nice upgrade to their defense, too, adding, what's his name from Chirac. So
yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
This should be interesting.
You know who he's talking about?
It should be a good little matchup.
Dude, I do not understand NFL trades sometimes.
I don't either.
The picks these people, because there was just another trade. James Robinson trade was for a 4th rounder also. I'm like, how I feel like most 4th rounders don't pan out. So it's like,
well, not only that, but when I offer those types of trades in Madden, they get declined.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all these motherfuckers want first-round picks for everybody.
which sometimes I'm like, you're telling me you couldn't like go around the league and like nobody's going to offer you a third rounder? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a good
Yeah,
point.
especially this dude going to the Eagles is like a freaking multiple time Pro Bowler. And
Yeah,
I mean, what's the? It's like you're getting a pick from the Eagles. That's not going to be a high in the draft pick.
Yeah, not
I
at
don't
all.
know. I guess by the time it's the fourth round, it probably doesn't matter too much. But whatever.
yeah. I feel like teams kind of are starting to realize that drafting is more so like a guessing game than not, and putting less stock into their draft picks. And I mean, you look at the good teams. Good teams are teams that are winning for the most part. Are teams that have traded away picks and gotten proven players. Like, I
And
mean,
somehow, like the salary cap does not like the Rams. Like the salary cap does not exist apparently, and although they're asked,
I remember hearing that explained, and I still don't understand it. How these people work around their salary caps? Something about turning cash over cap. I couldn't even tell you.
but it's also frustrating because it's like, why isn't my team doing it?
Sure.
Oh well.
Yeah.
It's like when the Cuck Mish tries to scheme up like a trade R. I don't know. Just trying to draw some, comparisons. But he's riding with the Red Rocket.
It's you know
Saw
what?
that.
So I've been debating. There's still some tinkering to be done. Obviously the bus plays tonight, so I've got steering away from Dalton real quick. If the bus is playing, I'm gonna leave him in because Zeke is projected 0. I think he's gonna sit a week out to let the knee rest so he can go back for the next week, rather than play on it. So he's gonna let that. I'm not starting Monty just because he's going against the number 1 run D and
Sitting Kirk, dude.
Kirk. So back to the quarterbacks.
That's your favorite team.
Back to the quarterbacks. The debate was, so Andy Dalton had a monster week last week. He had like 40 points. And so here was my conundrum, because the Vegas Raiders haven't allowed, and I heard this from our favorite Fields, haven't allowed less than a QB 8 in any quarterback this season, no matter who they played. Every quarterback in our league has scored at least 20-something minimum. I think it was like 23 or 24. And so, with Dalton hot last week, you could probably follow it up this week now that he's starting. But then the conundrum is the week that allowed him to pop off and get 40 is who Kirk is playing against at home. So it's like, who's the better start? I know for a fact this is going to be a situation where one of them will fucking boom and one of them will bust. And I'm just hoping I start the right one. So I'm rolling with the
You know that for a fact?
Not really, but that's what I assume is going to happen.
Dude, Andy Dalton
Sure.
kind of looks like if Raw Army turned into like an alpha, like Chad type.
Yeah, take a look at his
Let's
face.
pull his picture up here for the listeners.
Just the
Oh,
gingerness.
Oh,
Just the like badass ginge vibe. Dude,
yeah.
Andy Dalton would kick JB to the curb in a second.
Does JB have beef with Andy Dalton?
Andy Dalton's brother's trying to take JB's room, and he's gonna boot his ass to the curb.
What is this?
Raw Army.
Oh. Yeah, you're gonna have to get out of here.
All right. Yeah, well, that's yeah, I'm excited for this matchup too. Voz projected to beat me by okay, so looking at these projections, it's not that big of a projection, but when you look on the phone, it's like on here it's 122 to 114, which is 8 points, but when I look at my phone, it's like 133 to 113. So I don't know what's going on with Voz's score here, but we'll see what happens. Someone hurt?
No, I'm seeing on my. What'd you say you see on your computer?
Oh no, he's down. No, and now on my phone now he's down to 122. He was at 133 before the pod started. Oh, that's because Debo's down to 0 now. Debo wasn't spotted at all during practice, so it's saying he was a non-participant. So they're guessing he might not play. So they're putting him at 0 for the moment.
Are we breaking news right now?
I guess we are. That leaves his options as T. Boyd, which scares me a little bit because T. Boyd actually went into it. Va has another top 10 wide receiver in T. Boyd, who is now going to play the Higgins role.
He's
with
9?
Chase
Damn.
So, yeah, or he's got Chris Olave, who will be, who Andy
Olave's
Dalton
been
throws
good.
to. So, either way, this doesn't really change anything for me because Va will just hurt me either way with this. So, yeah. So, yeah, once he puts someone in, Va's going to be projected to beat me by basically 20 again.
Yeah.
So, I guess we'll see. We'll see. Projections mean nothing. So,
Facts.
fucking menace JJJ. All right, let's move into our next segment here. Taking a look at our offers report. Moving into the offers report, we'll do 2 days worth of it. So
we could
on
probably
Wednesday,
skip this one.
Oh, we're gonna skip it.
I mean, we probably could.
I think this is some personal stuff going on.
Oh, I guess there is. All right, well let's take a look here.
We did the pre-office report segment where you teach us where to find it. Oh, I found it.
There we go. Yeah, on the computer player
Okay.
offers report.
I found it.
So on Wednesday, it was a busy Wednesday. The Gus Edwards battle, where 5 people put in for Gus Edwards. I threw in 27. I now have, with the Andy Dalton grab, $25 remaining in my budget.
But we didn't get there yet.
No,
That's
but
spoilers, dude.
I was just saying it now. Spoiler alert. And at first I was thinking, is this going to be some embarrassing shit where I go for Gus Edwards and then there's 0? But no, 21 was the next highest with Spank Engine. Actually, both of you put down on him. Gus Edwards, you put down 15 on him, living in Babylon, and then 20 from Broncos Country Let's Ride, and 16 from Faux King. So
Such a cheap bastard.
yeah, so that's
There's me.
I had my number higher, and I kind of kept dropping it. I don't know. Didn't want to. There was we were halfway. I kind of was trying to do like. Tuck didn't even put an offer down, but I was kind of trying to block Tuck this week because he had Dobbins out, and I'm facing Tuck, so I was like, I thought there was a chance he might go for him.
Tuck didn't even put in an offer, and he has his
No.
running back situation is not great with the Eckler bye week. So that actually surprised me, probably because he thought he'd have to just overpay, and I don't think he has much left. But I did the same. I mean, I thought we were pretty much close, and so I just figured because my running back 2 situation, Zeke has been fine, he's been good, but I just wanted to try and get another solid RB2, even if it's just for a month. That Gus Edwards is the guy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if I could run him and Chubb and Zeke for a month, I mean that's great with Jetta as the wide receiver. So I figured it was worth the pay.
Yeah, I was thinking about placing a higher bet, but then I was like, dude, do I really want to not have that much money carrying over to next year? Like that would irk me if I didn't have.
Hey, it doesn't carry over, right?
What?
Yeah, the money doesn't carry over. It's only you just have the 100 for the year. If you don't spend it, it goes away.
Oh.
Okay, the next one up is Babylon making Wardle look an absolute bitch. Wardle tried to snag Jason Myers for $0, dude. He's not a $0 man.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that.
Dude, you absolutely fleeced this man.
Oh my gosh, he is such a bitch.
Dude,
He's so broke. Oh, he's so broke.
Dude, and then he had to go for the Bass man with a $0 bid. That's soft Wardle, but if you want a good kicker, dude, no offense to Bills everywhere, but Bass is a 20 rank. Myers is top dog, number 3.
Yeah, dude, Bass is on offense that just doesn't kick field goals.
Yeah, it's true. They score too many touchdowns.
Well, I feel like they're also anti-field goal, anti-punt.
Oh, true. They're just, aggressiveness. Fair. Yeah. And you look at Vaz about to let the Muth Luth against me. So I do
Nice.
the Muth for a
They've
bye week.
been an aggressive team ever since Richie Incognito got there.
Oh.
They were real aggressive verbally in the locker room when he was there. But yeah, dude, you better be careful. The
Yeah,
Muth might get loose this week.
the Muth, he's letting the Muth loose against me. So, and that might come back to bite me because I dropped the Muth for a bye week thing, expecting to get him back. I didn't think anyone would pay much attention to him, and Va added him for $4. Didn't need to spend on him, but it's $4 and isn't too much. And then we have the Daniel Jones ad by the Spank Engine, dropping Noah Fant. We have
You dropped Nar Fart.
yeah, so
why
this
did I do
Daniel
this?
Jones move, is there going to be tinkering done for this week with him, or is this
I
just
was just looking at my move and thinking, why did I do this again? But I think
Dude, you just want to add some content.
I just want a little. I mean, my QB situation has been so bad that, looking at some old dart throws, like Daniel Jones has been running, and that's nice.
That's good. Yeah.
He had his highest amount, which is 33, which ain't crazy, but he ran for 107 last week. And Brian Dable, that was your old boy, right, Drizzy? He's running that team pretty nice.
I mean, if you watch the game, there's like actually designed quarterback runs for Daniel Jones. Like where he fakes it to Saquon, pulls it out, and dips around the outside. A little QB boot or some shit.
I mean, he's one of the fastest players in the league, right? They I think they measured it like he had some massive run a year or two ago that was like the fastest in the league or something.
That's one where the turf monster got him.
Yes. I think you're right. So yeah, it's a little dart throw. $2 ad. My QB situation's been brutal, so
yeah,
just seeing what's up. Maybe for bye weeks, if there's bad matchups, they can roll. And then we got Broncos country with the $2
ad of the Pats D.
$2 Pats D.
Yep.
Then $0 D for the King of the West.
Which he actually, look what we beat out. There was actually a $0 duke it out for the Falcons D, and the Faux King won. He beat.
Oh yeah, the bums.
Yeah.
Wow.
For the first time, I think, for the first time in his life, Tuck has lost a waiver wire bid on record, on the tiebreaker of record.
This is interesting.
And then Isaiah Pacheco went to the Lamar stand. He's one that I feel like every fantasy football guru has been nutting over for like a long time. So I was wondering when somebody's going to snag him up, but
I was thinking about it, and then I watched the game, and I feel like he didn't really get that many carries. Like he was named the starter, but yeah, he only got 8 carries. I mean, maybe that's just the San Francisco offense, but 8 carries, no targets, no reception.
$0 little stash.
No, I agree.
Yeah, go for it.
It's a good stat. I think it's a good
Drop
snag.
Tyler Conklin, so it's like, yeah.
Yep.
Conk.
Yeah.
Then Sean got Logan Thomas, little $0 ad.
Nice. Supporting the concussion rabbit.
Is that T Rabbit's brother, C Rabbit?
That man is perpetually injured.
Logan you got Thomas. Van Jefferson, Drizzy?
Snagged him for a nice little $0. Should be coming back soon.
No.
All right, then King of the West, yeah. 2 botched ones, Titans D and the Titans D was he was doing the waiver. He was doing the G shit waiver strats. Yeah. So he had that as like a backup pick. Must have been because I'm sure he had the Falcon. Must have been because the Falcons D he had both picked on Robert Woods, so that went through. And then Tyler Bass was the final pick from Wardell. Dropped Ryan Suckup.
Yeah, he got Bass back.
Yeah, back on the Bass train.
Then the next day, did Suckup get scooped up?
Yep, now moving to Thursday. Hayden Hurst was added, Andy Dalton, and Ryan Suckup.
I would like to add I dropped Logan Thomas to get Andy Dalton because once I saw Andy Dalton was starting, I needed a spot, and he's the only person I could drop. So
now, do you think someone would be paying for him?
He wasn't starting. He wasn't planning to start on Wednesday, so I figured after his 40-point week, and now that he was the bona fide starter, I just figured maybe someone would throw in a buck, and so I did 3.
Yeah.
Well, at least you had a little bit of reasoning, unlike the Ascendant Losh, who was obsessed with dropping money on people on Thursdays. $4 for Hayden Hurst. I don't understand the money drop aspect of this one.
Well, listen, when you got it like he's got it, you just spend it.
Because we were talking shit about his Geno pickup, or we're like, well, we were wrong. Didn't he pick up Geno like on a Thursday for a bunch of money? I don't know. I feel like he's getting these players he could have gotten for $0.
I just want to go on record saying that my retake on Geno was not that Losh made a good idea to spend money, but just that I was wrong about Geno being trash for fantasy.
Yes.
That is that. Yeah.
I still think we're all in agreement that he did not need to spend the type of money that he spent on Geno.
No, he
because
didn't.
yes, I think it was on a Thursday, and nobody else put a bid in.
Only because if anybody wanted him, they would have got him on frickin' Wednesday.
Yes.
Only person making the smart move was our homie Follow Spizzle over here with the
$0.
Oh, yeah,
I agree.
It was Thursday kicker. Oh, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. So, all right, Jordan, why don't you go ahead and take us to the
all right, so we're at our free agent budget summary.
What do we got?
At $98, we're looking at Follow Spizzle. And clearly he doesn't like to spend money, as seen by his Thursday pickup. Not too far behind him is yours truly, living in Babylon, sitting at $92. And then behind me, we got the number 1 Lamar Stan in James McClendon. He's at $90. After that $90 entry, we are looking at $83 for Varan Patel, JJJ. After him, at $83, we got the King of the West, the faux king, James. Sorry, I thought it was a little accent over the E. I got dust on my screen. James Wardle at $82. After him, we're looking at Ted Siemens, the Spank Engine, sitting at $75. Man's got bread. Man has bread. And then we got the Ascended Losh, who is hopefully on the descent, sitting at $67. Tucker Nugent, a.k.a. Bums R Us, coming in at $55. And then we got the big spender, Mr. Sean Howard of Biting Kneecaps, with a measly quarter of what he started with this season. He's at $25.
Yeah, you won't see me spending that much for the next few weeks, but I've made some mistakes. I'll be honest. There's some mistake spending in there. Patriots defense for double-digit dollars, wrong. Jacoby Myers for double-digit dollars, bad. Even though he was, it did allow me to get him over Wardle, but he ended up being nothing, so bad. There's a couple other ones I can't think of in here where I just spent money I didn't need to spend. So I'd say about that there was about probably $30 of that avoidable. I could have been at where Tuck is right now. I was smarter with my money, but yeah, hey, it is what it is.
I mean, I should probably be lower, but there's been a couple times where I've been afraid to spend money or just unwilling, and yeah.
Listen, Sean made some mistakes, but can we really fault him for it? Yes, we can.
I can. The man threw a basketball under my feet as I dismounted a bed that was too high.
That's neither here nor there.
And can we note, Sean accidentally FaceTimed me earlier? How sickening is it that he would blame an AIDS cat for his computer issues when I watched him air drying dripping water onto his laptop and frying it?
Hey, dude,
listen, if we're gonna go this route, I'm just gonna go ahead and say right now that Ted's been air drying this entire pod.
No.
And I'm also air drying, so
you're air drying, does that mean that you were like taking a shower at the John at the FedEx Field?
I was actually taking
I
a
don't know.
shower. I was actually taking a shower during the first portion of the pod, and I've been air drying about the second half. So
That's good.
yeah. So that said, we have to move into our icy hot take segment, sponsored by Shaquille O'Neal. Let's get some icy hot takes
Dude.
going.
Shout out to Shaq.
You know, it's tough coming up with an icy hot take week after week.
It does.
That's why you put.
It's hard.
That's why you force the guest to go first. All right.
Guest?
All right. Guest, please. All right. My icy hot take, presented by Shaquille O'Neal in the Jilly. Okay, my icy hot is going to be that Biting Kneecaps versus JJJ is going to be the toilet bowl of the week, and it's going to end up being an 80-point score beating a 70-point score.
Damn.
In favor of?
In favor of Spider-Man! I need pictures of Spider-Man!
Oh, God.
And you know, that kind of plays in to my icy hot take,
Here we go.
which is this is the beginning of a little bit of a slide for Biting Kneecaps. I think that he'll start off losing this week, and then next week, Bums R Us will take him out. And if I could see far enough into the future, week 10, the Lamar Stan will get a little dub over him. And then I can't see further than that because he plays follow Spike after that, and I don't really, But hey, let's get a little losing streak. That's what I feel for Biting Kneecaps.
And
That'd be
listen,
nice for you, wouldn't it?
John, we're doing you a favor. We're giving you an excuse to come in next week with low energy.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, also, I have a question, Jordan.
Yes.
I'm looking at JB's team. I hadn't thought about this before. So his name is Lamar Stan, but are we sure it's not James Marston's or John Marston's brother, La Marston?
You know, this is something that needs to be researched, needs to be looked into, because that would make him quite old, and that means he's got some type of like ancient knowledge that I would consider cheating, to be honest.
La Marston. That's
Love
something
Marston.
something to ponder.
Hmm.
All right, Sean, what's yours?
All right. My icy hot take is going to be, I think that, you know what? My icy hot take this week, it starts with the fact that Varun's coming to Orlando to watch the 4 o'clock games. And I was gonna shoot a text out to see if anyone wanted to join. For those, anyone's welcome, but those who live in Orlando that can get there closer, the Tucks, the Wardles, the Jordans of the world, to come join. My icy hot take is that normally it's Wardle.
Everybody who shows up there will lose.
Wardle.
That Vaught doesn't show up
But I'm
because he's a liar.
I'm gonna say it's Tuck that says he comes, not Wardle this time, and then ends up ghosting. I'm gonna say Tuck pulls the Wardle, or he says I'll be there,
Tuck
and
ghosts?
then never shows up. Tuck ghosts us on Sunday.
Wow.
That's gonna be my icy hot take.
My second icy, well, it's not even icy because I guess it's not even hot. Vava is going to go AWOL from the army and be on the run, and he's not going to make it.
He's gonna get his education out of the government and then dip.
What is this? Is that like Dine and Dash, but like Learn and Dash or something?
Learn and leave.
Brain drain the opposite direction.
Dude, he's not hitting him with the Learn and Leave. That is
He's
horrible.
gone, dude. As soon as he gets that education, he's out.
All right. Well, some icy hots there. I guess the last segment here, the Watson standings. Sponsored by Snickers. Maybe the team just needs a Snickers. All right.
And you took a screenshot of last week so you can compare, right?
Yeah, you know what? It looks the exact same. So JJJ at 1, me shot up to 2, Babylon shot up to 3, Losh dropped to 4, Bum staying at 5, up to 6 for Lamar Stan, down to King of the West.
Shout out Lamar Stan.
Yeah, that big 4-point swing. King of the West staying at 7, Broncos Country. Let's Ride staying at 8. Follow Spike dropping to 9.
Hold on. That pause was too long.
Sorry, I'll do that again. Broncos Country. Let's Ride staying at 8.
There we go.
And then Follow Spike, who started at 3 from Watson's perspective when the season started, is now down to 9. And then the Spank Engine temporarily sits at 10 in Watson's eyes. So
it's been a long temporary.
Yeah. Well,
we're on the up and up
coming soon. So, all right.
And I think it's worth mentioning that we still do not have a punishment decided on.
No, we don't.
And at this point, can we really pick anything that is like what do we do? Because obviously the season's midway through.
Obviously, Sean's going to pick the most torturous one possible because he can't do it, basically.
I'm not locked for
what I'm saying.
Yet.
So
I'd say,
what are we doing here?
I'd say at this point, especially with the 1 win getting to the 2 wins.
Just a repeat of the chip?
We could
chip
do
or beer mile or something like that.
We could do a repeat of the chip, or we could actually discuss a decision, because midway through there isn't exactly any, but there's people who are not looking as great. But I mean, we're talking with our guest right now who's got a team that looks like it even could hit the rise even at 2-6 and get a spot in there. So no one's truly out of it yet, and no one's safe yet, because even at 6-1, there's a bad string of luck could hurt me. So that's now would be the time to make a decision.
What's upcoming 3-game L streak that you got coming?
We'll see. Harambe's will. So, this would be the time to actually put it in the chat and get something concrete while no one's still out of it yet. Because once someone's out of it, that's when it's going to be hard to convince, what's going on. So,
it's always the playoffs. I mean,
yeah.
I don't.
So maybe we can discuss that in the chat.
Are there any local glory holes in Orlando? Yeah, we'll discuss in the chat.
Yeah, sure. The chat.
You have to man a glory hole for 24 hours?
A tip kissing booth?
Well, we don't want Losh to tank. There's already a few things that'll make him tank, so this would send him right over.
Dude, if you put the glory hole in, I'm changing to Thomas the Tank Engine, except not like the normal one. I'm tanking.
It's over.
All right. Any final words here? Final words for the league, guest.
Well, I'm glad to be back. Thank God y'all brought me back off a win, or it would have been suey season out here. I was feeling real depressed for most of the season. It's looking bleak, but good to be back. Good to be back. Hopefully could be back soon with brighter skies out there. But
absolutely,
for all the loyal Harambedome listeners, let's ride.
Let's ride indeed. I just hope I never have to see you put your hand on your throat trying to kill yourself again.
Dude, that shit is scary. What does he say? Don't eat it. It's spicy.
Be careful. It's spicy. You ever done anything dangerous?
That's just Mr. Unlimited for you.
I've done something like that before. This one time? Actually, no. That's too dangerous. Why does he have the best TikToks? I think that's my closing statement.
Did you see the one about the things that are important to him, like family, football, and God, or something?
That's probably one of my favorite ones. We care a lot.
And China, because he has.
I love that shit. Dude, listen. Any man that spends 2 hours of an 8-hour flight doing calisthenics as all your boys are passed out, you're dedicated to the game. And I don't think anyone can take that away from Russ.
That's all show, though. When you're that high, there's like no gravity, so the leg lifting does nothing for the muscles. He was just trying to show off for the squad.
Interesting.
Nobody's buying any of that shit.
I never thought of it like that. Damn, is Russ
True.
just playing a character?
Oh shit, that's fucking deep.
Has he been fooling us all? Or is that Mr. Unlimited up there?
Mr. Unlimited.
Limited. All right,
No, but I will say closing statement. Fuck Losh. Fuck the fake king.
Fuck 12, fuck the law.
And God bless everybody else in this league.
Yeah, I'd like to piggyback on fuck a faux king, and then fuck the Descending Losh, and I know you're gonna
Fuck a
disagree
Army.
on this one, but fuck a bum, because he's gonna ditch us this weekend.
Whoa.
Fuck a bum.
Ew.
Wait, hold on.
And-
fuck a bum.
And Drizzy.
Are you gay?
And Drizzy. Watch out, son. Because they're about to put Deadeye on your dome when La Marston coming around.
Fuck Lamarston.
Oh, man.
Dude,
Oh,
Lamar,
country.
are you about to meet Lamarston at the
Fuck.
at the farm?
I'm gonna be waiting for with the rest of the Pinkertons. Yes,
Pinkertons, yes, at the barn.
be waiting as he opens those barn doors.
Oh god.
He could try to dead eye as many of us as possible. He's still getting gunned down.
All right. Well, that is a wrap.